Every time you come around, you know I can't say no.
Good morning, Hawks, and welcome to Hawk Talk. I'm McKenna.
And I'm Audrey. You're in for a great show today, so let's get this show on the road.
This upcoming weekend is not only 2 days, but is now 3.
There's no school on Monday, but for a very important reason.
This Monday is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
We are honoring the accomplishments of this great and influential leader. Speaking of this amazing tradition, today we have an assembly honoring the achievements of Martin Luther King Jr.
This assembly will take place on Zoom and will start at 8:30.
This assembly will have a lovely guest speaker, so listen up.
Now please stand and join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight,
Are you ready for the weekend, Hawks? I know I am. We're your BLT specialists, Riley and Jonah.
Speaking of the weekend, I'm sure these people celebrating their birthdays this weekend are especially excited. Celebrating turning another year older are
Devery Monroe, Jason Claypool, Angelina Gingers-Foss, Talon Archer, Lily Westbury, and Jasmine Lopez Chavez. We hope you all have a great birthday on this 3-day weekend.
You know, Martin Luther King once said middle school matters, and so does your lunch. We are having spaghetti and meat sauce with some scrumptious Scooby-Doo graham snacks. Remember to clean up your lunch area and be all stars.
Speaking of All-Stars, that was Tuesday's song, All-Star by Smash Mouth. Though we didn't have as long as usual, let's see who guessed. Alan Howell, 7th grade.
Jackson Payne, 7th grade.
Thank you to all who guessed.
If you were chose, please see Mr. Wolcott or Mr. Franzik at lunch today. If you want a chance to win a delicious ice cream bar, please leave your guess of this week's song in the Name That Tune box in the lunchroom.
Farewell, Hawks. We hope you have an excellent rest of the day. See you later.
bad habits lead to late nights, sitting alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know.
It's great to see all your hardcore Hawks sports fans out there.
I'm Owen.
And I'm Colton, and welcome to the weekly Hawk Talk Sports Report.
This basketball season has just kicked off and the boys will be competing soon, but due to 4 practices being canceled this week due to positive COVID cases in the program, the schedule will be soon revised. When we get the new schedule, we will let you know soon. All you HMS students out there can cheer on your Hawk athletes very soon.
Today we'll be having some athletes on the show to tell us how things are going. Welcome on Quinn and Jackson, and today we'll be asking you guys some questions.
How had practices been going before practices were canceled this week?
They've been going really well. The team was getting to know each other and work on dribbling drills and a lot of layups. On Monday, we just started doing some shooting, and it was going really well.
How do you think the canceled practices will impact your season?
I think that our team will suffer from them, but once we start getting back into the flow of practices and our offense, we'll put it back together and do really well.
How do you think your team will do this season?
I think the team will do really well. We have two JVs and 1 varsity. Seeing the rosters, I think we will do really well this season and win.
Well, that concludes our interview, but guys, please stick around and wrap up this week's Hawks Sports Report with us.
That concludes this week's sports report. We hope you enjoyed it, and remember, Hawks, always be a good sport, be a good sport, always.
This will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use, or do my bad habits lead to...
It's so great to see all you wonderful Hawks out there. Welcome to Character Corner, brought to you today by Jack
and Kira. Today on Character Corner, we are going to be talking about a man of utmost character, Martin Luther King Jr., and all of the great things he did to make the world a better place.
We're going to be interviewing some students and ask them what they appreciate about Martin Luther King Jr.
Elena, how do you think Martin Luther King Jr. helped the world?
I think he inspired a lot of people into fighting for their rights and helping other people fight for theirs.
How do you, Braylon?
I think that he just stood up for himself and his family and everyone of his race.
If Martin Luther King Jr. was alive today, how would he say we should treat each other at Horizon Middle School, including students and staff, Braylon?
I think that he would say to treat everyone fairly and not exclude people.
Elena, what about you? He would say to treat people with equality and kindness and respect.
Lastly, what are your thoughts on this quote by MLK Jr.? Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Braylon?
I think it's a really good question because it's asking, what are you doing for other people? And you should be doing nice stuff for other people.
Elena, what about you?
It kind of makes you think, like, what have you done for others today, and like, how can you help other people?
Thank you, Braylon and Elena, for coming on to Character Corner with us today. Before we go, Hawks, one of MLK Jr.'s most prolific quotes was, "Judge a man not by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character." These sound like good words for all of us to live by.
Thanks for joining us today on Character Corner, and until we meet again, set out to do good things for others. After all, that would make Martin Luther King Jr. proud of the Hawks.
Hey, good morning, Horizon Hawks. It's great to see you guys. This is Mr. Frantic, and I'm bringing the Frantic Files, the first one of the 2022 year here. So welcome back. I've seen all you guys now for a few weeks, but I want to get right into the Frantic Files and share a few things with you guys. First thing, I just want a reminder. I know we've had some conversations about masks and some distancing and washing hands. It's really important right now. We're definitely in not just our school, but our community seeing a huge surge in illness, and part of that is a large part of that is COVID. And so we want to keep you here at school. We don't want you to be at home, and we want to stay here at school. So just a reminders on that. Basketball has been paused, or was paused this week, but we'll be back in action starting on Tuesday after the Martin Luther King holiday. So we want to continue to improve upon what we're doing. So please make sure you're wearing our masks so we can do things like play basketball, activities, and be here at school. So just another reminder to please help out and do your part. With that, I just want to talk a little bit about the Martin Luther King Day. It's coming up on January 17th. It's a Monday. We do have that day off in honor of Martin Luther King. And I always share the quote that that kind of stuck with me, and one that I love. And life's most urgent question is, what can I do for others? So just a reminder to sprinkle kindness or throw kindness around like confetti. We want to make sure that everyone here at school feels good about being here. So he definitely taught us much about how to deal with conflict and how to deal with that in a peaceful way, and that can be done in a respectful way so that real change can happen. So anyways, just want to honor Martin Luther King. We will have a virtual assembly coming up. More information on that, I believe, will be in the Hawk Talk, so I won't go into that. Another thing and last thing I want to share in the Frantic Files is January 29th through February 11th. That's a Monday through a Friday. That's 2 full weeks of school. We will have a canned food drive here at Horizon. So there will be more to come there, but if you bring food in, it will go to your first period class, and then we will let your teachers know that collection piece. But all the food that we raise, the most important part, will be going to Spokane Valley Partners Food Bank here in the Spokane Valley, which serves thousands of families in need right here in the Spokane Valley. So our mission is called Fill the Truck, and so we will have boxes here. We'll fill those boxes and we'll load them up on their truck, and the hopes of, I think last year we collected around 5,000 pounds of food. My goal this year is that we can collect 6,000 pounds of food for the food bank. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you have a great Friday and a great 3-day weekend. See you later.
Every time the sun goes down, I let you take on.
In case you missed it, before winter break, we had the first ever Parade of Lights that went between Horizon Middle School and University High School. It took place on Saturday, December 11th. This was a first ever event and was put together by University High School student Elizabeth Offhart.
Leading the parade were Miss Bowman and Miss Moffett, who proudly carried the Horizon banner and were followed by the Horizon ASB officers and the cabinet. The HMS students were dressed in spirit wear along with Mr. Wolcott supporting his school. We even had a tow truck and an ambulance and a police car showed up to participate in the parade.
There were other people who participated in the parade as well. They decorated their vehicles to show holiday spirit and to show the Horizon community that they support them. There were several hundred people lined up along Pines Road to hang out, have fun, and celebrate the beginning of the holiday.
After they were done marching, Mr. Hill asked the ASB officer some questions about
So what
the
did you think
parade.
of the first Parade of Lights?
It was really fun to be in. And cold.
What's that?
Cool and cold.
I agree.
My fingers are frozen. I
Oh
can't
yeah,
feel them.
but there's so many cute kids.
Yeah.
Can you believe how many people turned out?
That was a lot more than I thought. Like I just kept going, and it was like there's more and more and more.
What? I mean, why do you think there was such a huge turnout?
Because it's something different.
Because it's
COVID, you know.
It's COVID. People want to get back. Yeah. People want to see people getting together again since the hard year.
The Parade of Lights appeared to be a smashing success and will hopefully become an annual holiday tradition for the Central Valley community.
I stare into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after 2. It's true, my bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. Every pure intention ends when the good times start. Falling over everything to reach the first time spark. It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. My bad habits lead to late nights ending alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the
And we're back to wrap up this lovely edition of Hawk Talk.
We hope all of you smart hawks are focusing on grades and turning in all missing assignments because the second quarter is ending in 2 weeks from today on January 28th.
Final grades will be available for viewing on Power School on February 1st.
We would hate it if you didn't get all your assignments in because you were feeling under the weather. So please make sure if you aren't feeling 100% to stay home. And if you are in school, please make sure you are wearing your mask properly.
COVID cases are on the rise, and we know none of you want to return to virtual learning. We sure don't.
It has been a crazy week, which is why we want to make sure all you hawks are healthy and safe. And a way you can do that is by wearing your mask.
Unfortunately, since there have been so many COVID cases, the boys' basketball is on pause. Boys' basketball will be shut down until at least next Tuesday.
Oh, and look at the time. I think it's time to wrap up this Friday's Hawk Talk.
Have a great Friday and weekend, everyone.
And we'll see all you lovely hawks next time on Hawk Talk.
I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes.